छुट्टियों के शहर गोवा में वैसे तो हर तरफ सब खुश दिखते हैं। सबके लिए जिंदगी एक लंबा सा वेकेशन है, पर गोवा की कुछ और भी हकीकत है जो वहां के किसी भी मेन्यू कार्ड में नहीं लिखी होती।
Alcoholism is a disease of denial. The first drink does the damage. If you don't take the first drink, there is never a problem. But how to keep away from the first drink? This is the thing, a self-belief which one has to cultivate and develop, and this is developed by continuous sessions of counseling, maybe Alcoholics Anonymous or any other type of counseling.
गोवा का ये सच डॉक्टर रंजन के जीवन का लक्ष्य बन गया। ठान ली उन्होंने कि जब तक वो चल सकते हैं दूर दूर तक जाएंगे, समझाएंगे, मनाएंगे, झकझोड़ेंगे, पर तब तक हार नहीं मानेंगे जब तक गोवा फिर से नशे से आजाद नहीं होता।
There was a hustle and bustle. Everybody forgot about the rains, the heavy rain that was there, because the star was just coming, landing in Goa. And the star was received with total love and affection at the airport.
I have got a recognition today from the Government of India for all the efforts that I put in for the last 10 to 12 years. I hope the module that they have developed, the Goa Medical College, gets absorbed in most of the other hospitals, especially government-run hospitals, which will help in alleviate the problems of alcoholism in the state. And when the President was about to give me the award, his words of encouragement still ring in my ears. He said, "Doctor, you are a surgeon. How come you have so much interest in this field of alcoholism?" But I smiled and I just told that it is every doctor's duty to look after all the patients of alcoholism. It's not any different disease. It's one of the diseases which gives rise to many of our diseases. And I further told him that look, we are going to continue with these efforts. All members of Alcoholics Anonymous and other social organizations are fight towards prevention, a fight towards early treatment, and a fight towards keeping our members sober for a very long time from alcoholism.
आमच्या कोंकानी हॉस्पिटलची डॉक्टर राजेश पाटील प्रोफेसर गोवा मेडिकल कॉलेज एक नॅशनल अवॉर्ड घेवन आमचे कोंकानी हॉस्पिटलसीन एक व्हडलें नांव हाडलें. 2010 डॉक्टर आमच्या बरोबर हे सोशल फिल्डान भितर सरलो आनी 2010 डॉक्टराक कोणून येयले की बींग हांव डॉक्टर आज दुयेंस वाडला ड्रग्स एंड अल्कोहोलिजम आनी ताका एक कावन्सिलींग ग्रूप मेळटकूच जावं अल्कोहोलिक एनोनमस, अलोनोन, अलर्टीन आनी दुसरे NGOs ताका गमन येयले की आपल्याचो टायम हेच्या बरोबर हे सोशल लायफान दिया. आनी 2010, 2016 ताणें खूब वावर केला आनी सगळें करून तुमचो आमकां सांगात मेळ्ळा जावं NGOs, media persons, press, जावं ministers, MLAs, fathers, हे तुमी पळयलां इगॉर्जान स्कुलान आमी अवेरनेस केले आनी हें कोणता आसतना म्हाका सांगूंक दिसता सकाळीं आमी 6 वरांचेर भायर सरताले 5 वरांचेर जेन्ना पाद्रीनी आमकां सांगलें इगॉर्जांनी हे अवेरनेस करपाक जाय आनी दोतोर आपल्याचें पावर पॉयंट प्रेजेंटेशन करपाक 6 मिस कामां जातकूच आमकां केपें दुसरे पयस सुवातेचेर वचपा पडलें पूण तरूय हें काम केलां देखून आज जायती फॅमिली खुशाल आहा हे ड्रग्सांतलो हे सोऱ्यांतले पयस आहा तेजें पावर पॉयंट प्रेजेंटेशन तेच भाशेन इस्कॉलाच्या प्रिंसिपालांनी टिचरांनी आमकां जायतो आदार दिलो हो अवेरनेस करपाक सो ओंकार जाता ताका आज खुशालकाय तेंच्या सांगाताक मांडिता तेच भाशेन आमचे मॅडमीन डॉक्टर आलिना सांगलें MLA ताका व्हडल्या पेपरांचेर म्हणलें आमचे कोर्टाली कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी एक व्हडले अभिमान हे आमकां व्हडलें खुशी भोगली मॅडम सो हे सांगून हांव सोंपता हेच्या मुखार आमकां गव्हर्मेंटा सायडीन पाद्री भावाच्या सायडीन अवेरनेस करपाक आमकां तुमचो आदार मेळटलो आनी आमचे मिनिस्टराक MLA पावले देखून तो कागदां तुमकां सगळ्यांक देव बरें
सगळ्यांच्या वतीन हांव डॉक्टर राजेश पाटिलाचे अभिनंदन करता की ताणें उत्कृश्ट काम म्हणजे फक्त ह्या तुमच्या गांवांत न्हय तुमच्या एसोसिएशनाचें न्हय परंतु संपूर्ण गोंयांत खंय तरी एक मानाचें आनी तुरो लावपाचें काम केल्लें आसा गोंय डेव्हलप जाता डेव्हलपमेंटा बरोबर काही चुकीच्यो गोश्टी जातात आमी मान्य करपाक जाय परंतु जाका लागून गोंय फेमस आसा ते हांगसरला इराडिकेट करपाक जाय डॉक्टर राजेशान जें कितें काम केल्लें आसा त्या कामाची पावती म्हणून येदो व्हडलो राष्ट्रपती अवॉर्ड डॉक्टर राजेशाक मेळ्ळा हें खरोखर सगळ्या आनंदाची गोश्ट आसा ही जी जनजागृती केल्ली आसा अल्कोहोलिजम आनी ड्रग्सा संदर्भात हेजें कशें वायट हें सांगून लोकांक ताचे कशें प्रवृत्त करपाचें काम जें केल्लें तें सगळ्यांत मोठें काम केल्लें आसा हेजे एक फॅमिलीचो मनीस ह्या हातून जर घुसपलो जाल्यार संपूर्ण फॅमिली हे दुयेंत जाता तांकां आनी जिवनाचो कांय अर्थच उरना आनी त्यामुळे ताचे पासून पयलींच प्रवृत्त करपाक तुमचे सारक्या समाज सेवकांचें काम आसा आनी काम म्हाका दिसता गोंयांत आनी इल्लें वाडोवंक जाय तर सादेपणान खंय तरी हें जायना आनी त्यामुळे ताका कश्ट लागतात परिश्रम लागतात आनी मनाची तयारी लागता ही सगळी तयारी तुमी सगळ्यांनी दवरली डॉक्टर राजेश पाटील तो सामील जालो आनी ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टींक ताका दिलो खुबश्यो फॅमिली तुमी परत लेगीत जाग्यार बसयल्यो बऱ्यो केल्यो तांकां कितें तरी जिवनाचें खरें कितें आसा तें दाखोवन दिलें आनी आज खूब तरेन तेजी बरें सुखाचें जिवन जगता
Ladies and gentlemen, it is such a great honor for us to be gathered here today to congratulate one of our very own, Dr. Rajesh Patil. And I take great pride in saying that he hails from Konkani constituency. So for me, it almost makes me feel as if I am receiving the honor. So, thank you, Dr. Patil. For me, a doctor is an instrument of God because it is a doctor that gives us that confidence that we need when we fall ill. I think Dr. Rajesh Patil has gone out of the way to make sure that our youth is protected. Goa is a touristic state and evils like alcoholism and drug addiction are prevalent. We all know the impact of alcoholism on the individual, on the family the individual belongs to. Sometimes, because of alcoholism, there is no peace and there is no happiness. And therefore, when I looked at the documentary and the hard work that doctor has put in, and I have to also mention that Mr. Rupusing D'Souza has also been there by the side of doctor, and I think he also deserves to be applauded. And I'm very happy, doctor, that you have targeted the right section of the society, the school children, because at that young age, they are at an impressionable age, and it is easier to impress upon their minds the dangers of alcoholism, the dangers of drug addiction. You may have a child that is clever, intelligent, a genius, but if he gets trapped into these vices, that is the end of that child. And therefore, I would like to thank Dr. Rajesh Patil on behalf of the people of Goa and Konkani constituency in particular.
खरेच आज खुशालकाय भोगता डॉक्टर राजेश पाटीलाक हे फेलिसिटेशन केला खरेच म्हणजे म्हणूंक जाता हे फेलिसिटेशन ताका फावो म्हणून he deserved this felicitation and I am very happy that Wellesley Village Association organized this function to felicitate him, to acknowledge the wonderful work he has done and is still doing for the youth in Goa and especially every village. I know Dr. Patil just 7-8 years before, and I know that Dr. Patil is doing wonderful job. The Rajesh म्हटल्यार आख्खे गोंयच्या मापाचेर आसा आनी वरी करून आमचे पाद्री भाव आमचो लोक गोंयचो वाखणटा डॉक्टर पाटिलाक वयसपणाचें काम तो करता. इज one of the best surgeons in the medical college. He is doing wonderful work in the medical college and much more I can say. He's very human. बरेच ताका काळीज आसा, ताका मोग आसा आनी वरी करून जो वावर तो करता बरे भशेन करता. जावं कुट्टाळच्या गांवांत ताणें खूब वावर केला. वरी करून जे आमचे भाव सोरोप येताले, ड्रग्स घेताले, तांकां भरपूर आदार ताणें दिला आनी लोकांचें नांव तुका देव बरें करूं म्हणटा. कित्याक जो वावर तूं करता तो आमचो जावन आसा, पूण तूं करता म्हणटकूच तुजो सहकार कंट्रिब्युशन दिता म्हणटकूच आज खेरीत भशेन तुका आमी दिनवासता अर्गां दिता आनी देवा लागीं मागता बरी भलायकी दिवची. हें बरें काम करता सदांच चालू दवरचें म्हणून थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.
काळजान खूब उमेद जेन्ना हांवें स्कुलान सकाळी 8 वरांचेर तांची बातमी पेपरार वाचली. एदी व्हडली उमेद आमच्या म्हज्या सारकिल्ल्या मनशाक जेन्ना जाता तशी कितल्याशाच मनशाक राष्ट्रपती एवॉर्ड जेन्ना डॉक्टर राजेशाक गोंयांत मेळ्ळो म्हाका दिसता, म्हाका हांव जाणा ते मेरेन हो असलो एवॉर्ड जो मेळ्ळा तो पयलो वयलो एवॉर्ड आनी आमच्या कुठ्ठाळी गांवांतल्या दोतोराक हो एवॉर्ड मेळ्ळो तेन्ना आमकां गोंयकारांक उमेदीक शीम उरली ना.
आजकाल चडान चड बारो जाला, चडान चड सोऱ्या कडेन वयता. हेंकां भायर कशें काडप, संवसार जे पिड्ड्यार जाता तांकां संवसारांत परत कशें हाडप ही सुरवात केल्या बाब रघोजीनान. एक जिद्द सोडली ना, जिद्द घेवन तो मुखार वचत रावलो आनी तेणें हे कार्या भितर केन्ना दोतोराक घेतलो आपलो केलो हें कोणाक कळपूच ना. आनी दोतोर जेन्ना एक दिसा खंयचे तरी फंक्शनाक पयलें जाल्यार दोतोरी सोरो सोडपाक भानगडीन पडला. अरे म्हणलें कितें हो दोतोरी म्हणल्यार ते बरोबर गेला बरी खबर. कित्याक हे समाजाक व्हडलें कार्य आनी जेन्ना अशें कार्य जाता तेन्ना खंय तरी आमच्या समाजाक वयर सरपाक एक उर्बा मेळटा, लोकांचें जीवन सुदारता. कित्याक सोऱ्या पायी लोकांनी घरदार काबार केल्लें आहा आनी हे जे आयज तेजी दखल घेवन जे आमचे राष्ट्रपतीन तांकां जे हें दिला एवॉर्ड दिला तो खरोच तोखणायेचो. आनी हांव चिंतता हें काम जें आसा तें तुमी अशेंच करीत राव, तुजें आस्तमुख सदांच तशें दवर दोतोर.
आमच्या वॉर्डान एक ग्रूप स्टार्ट केलो आनी जेन्ना हे पेशंट आमचे वॉर्डान ओपीडीक येताले तेन्ना दोतोर केन्ना तांकां घरा धाडूंक ना. सदांच तांकां एडमिशन दिलां आनी तांकां ट्रीट करून तांकां तेंच्या जाग्यार कॉन्टेक्ट करून खंयच्या गांवची आसूं ते पोंडा बोरी त्या गांवांत कॉन्टेक्ट करून तांकां ताणें हँडओवर केल्या तांचे ते अल्कोहोलिकांचो कॅर घेवपाक. सो असलो भाव ताणें केला. सो असलें आमकां एक खरें देणें आमकां देवाचें देणें की आमचे भाव सोऱ्यान आहा ते बरें जावं आनी हो भाव ताणें केला तो हांव मागता ताणें सदांच फुडें व्हरोंक आनी ओदीक हे अल्कोहोलिजम ना जावन ड्रग एब्यूज ना जावन.
So congratulations to doctor once again for getting this award, and I will not say that he deserves the award, but he has earned it by all the hard work that he has put in getting this award. At the same time, the Alaron family groups are indebted to doctor for always being there for the family members of alcoholics. So sitting over there, it compelled me to come and say a few words on behalf of the felicitation committee. So it is his gratitude of it. But for the doctor is neither an alcoholic nor a family member of an alcoholic, but still the passion and the dedication that he has towards the alcoholics and the families of alcoholics is something for which we are very, very grateful to doctor.
जरी समोर डॉक्टर पाटीला खातीर केला म्हाका दिसता ह्या एवॉर्ड मेळपाक ताचे पत्नीचो जायतो आसा त्याग आसा पयले सदे त्याग आसा. ताणें कडेन जायते कडेन वचून शिबिरांनी नाही उलोवप केलां राजी पडल्यात पूण आपणाचो पती आपणा बरोबर आसचो हो त्याग ताचे बायलेन केला. कोरजेची फुगसां आसतना तो हांगा थंय जमातीक भोंवला. तुमच्या बरेपणा खातीर दोतोरान समाजाक सेवा दिवंक पावले आमकां फॅमिली सर्वीस सेंटराकूय आदार दिवंक पावले. आज भगवत ताका परबी म्हणटा आनी तुका सांगता ही सुरवात. एवॉर्ड इज ओनली a recognition, but at the same time a much more bigger challenge to you. So we wish you all the best.
It's a very big achievement that we are really happy about, and I personally really look up to Dr. Rajesh Patil in the family, and he has always been a very good mentor to me. So I'm very, very proud of this achievement, and I hope you continue your work in this field. And it's so nice to know that through this he has touched so many lives, through his profession as well as a doctor, plus his social work. So that's really putting your life into some good use.
The doctor was our mentor, but I see that drugs also is a big issue in Goa, and besides alcoholism, drug is becoming a more severe issue lately. So in line with maybe Alcoholics Anonymous, we could also start something. I know it's there in some parts of Goa, but I haven't heard Narcotic Anonymous. So we look forward to a partnership.
Today is a proud moment for me to be here with all of you on the felicitation of my brother. Today is a very proud moment because being his younger brother, the day when the award was announced, it was a very big moment for us and our family. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
I am extremely thankful to Wellsound Villages Association, Sports Club, members of Alcoholics Anonymous, and all my dear friends, and I humbly accept your felicitation. This award I have collected, I have received it, but the people who have worked for this award are many. And the first person who comes to my mind is Mr. Okuzi. Along with him, he has worked shoulder to shoulder. He showed the way. So the next person who is most important in this world is Sister Eliza. And my ward sister, she went on to become the matron of Goa Medical College. She herself is the recipient of Florence Nightingale Award for exemplary work that she's done as a nurse in Goa Medical College. So I had Mr. Joseph and I had Sister Eliza. So one fine day, I remember Mr. Joseph coming. He's a big real estate person. So one day, 20 years back, somewhere 15 years back, he was in my house and I just happened to mention him what to do with these alcoholic patients. They just come, spoil our resources, finish our resources, and all our accident cases, cancer cases do not get medicines, do not get bed occupancy. So that is the time he took me to this Consoling Alcoholics Anonymous group. And that was my first contact with the Alcoholics Anonymous group. Then a month later he called me to give a talk at AA meetings and one awareness program. And then we got feedbacks after 6 months that by seeing my slides, by seeing a lot of disease in a visual form started having effect upon a lot of general public. Now that is the time we started getting some sobriety here and there. So this encouraged us, and when we went ahead and ahead. The next person who was extremely important in taking this movement forward is Father Clifford Castellino. Father was first in Marshes Parish, Shishini Parish, presently is at Shaolin Church. Through Father, we could manage to enter all the parishes in Goa. I must have visited something like more than 50 parishes in Goa. So many more yet to be, we have to visit. But then they were so nice, and because of Father's interference, we could go all around and do our work of spreading awareness. A church is very important because at one place we get 700, 800 people. They listen. Many a times the priests are so much involved in our movement. So many a times people still listen because the priest is also there next to me. Apart from churches, we had good people in the police department, and one name comes to my mind is Mr. Shekhar Prabhudesai. Then he was Superintendent of Police of South Goa. Very dear friend of mine. Through his interventions, we managed to go to all 24 police stations in Goa. We got permission to address their Sampark Sabhas in North Goa and South Goa. What we tried to do with the police was very simple. We just wanted them to change the attitude towards the alcoholic. One incident comes to my mind. We were sitting in one of the police stations, and one lady comes howling inside that a drunk husband is assaulting her. Normal behavior would be, this is your own problem, solve it. But this is the time we went to impress the police that any assault, the underlying cause is alcoholism. We gave out phone numbers and said we'll be very happy, especially the Al-Anon people, to intervene and counsel these people regards the underlying causes of alcoholism. The next very important people who have supported me throughout, and so much so that I am slowly drifting from AA towards Al-Anon, and that is one is Sarita Shirokar and her husband Pradeep Shirokar. Now Sarita is a trustee for Al-Anon in India. Al-Anon are for the spouse of an alcoholic. If I am an alcoholic, Al-Anon is an institution which looks after the spouse of an alcoholic. And I'm a very firm believer that the spouse, which could be the wife, could be the mother, could be the sister, and the children are very, very important if the alcoholic has to become sober and remain sober. Very, very important. So much so that the medical college counseling that I do is almost focused onto the children and the families of alcoholics. This is because the alcoholic is admitted with me, he is in his own world, singing songs, sometimes abusing us, abusing our staff, doing all sorts of things, because it's a natural process of withdrawal. But the family listens to us, and the family then understands how they can accommodate themselves and change towards changing the alcoholic. We cannot say to the alcoholic, sorrow soul, sorrow soul. It is very difficult. No person wants to become an alcoholic. Nobody wants to become a diabetic.
there's something wrong inside. These are the people who have become alcoholic because of an underlying problem of alcoholism. So these people require help to remain sober. Tens of my patients, before I discharge, promise they keep their hand on the head of their children and say, "Doctor, from today I'm not going to take alcohol." But they go home, 15 days later, they're back in the hospital with a further complication. So this means there is some gap in the treatment between doctor's treatment and no treatment at home. So as I said, it is not the defect, it is the defect within the brain that starts the disease of alcoholism, that starts the process of chronic addiction. It's not like any other disease. Alcoholism is a progressive disease. It's not going to stop there. It's going to increase if you don't intervene. If you're a diabetic, how many of you are sitting in this group? How many of you are diabetic? I'm sure 4, 5, 6, 7 hands will come up. Other than Alcoholics Anonymous members here, how many of you are alcoholics? Nobody's hands will come up. So this is a disease of denial. This is a disease of complete denial. So here we are treating a monster whom we cannot see, whom we don't acknowledge, and who rests within us, and yet we don't know about him. So this is the big problem of alcoholism. The way you look at an alcoholic has to be changed. This is because an alcoholic has become an alcoholic not by choice. He has become because he is suffering from a disease of alcoholism. Please help a fellow alcoholic to get out of this habit. It's not difficult. Why it is not difficult? Today we are having more than 2,000 alcoholics, addicts, who have come out of alcoholism, who have been there for 30 years, 35 years sober, and today they are contributing towards the society in a big way. If they can, why not you? Attend at least one Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. AA meetings are not only for alcoholics, they are also for sober people, because all of us are potentially can get into this disease very soon. So attend an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, you will learn a lot of these things. You can learn from the mistakes that they have done, the way they have come out, rather than make the mistake. The most efficient person is one who learns from someone else's mistake. So this is what you have to learn from Alcoholics Anonymous. I thank everybody present here who heard me, who have come all the way from all places, the organizers, and my special thanks goes to Prudent. I thank one and all.
I'm extremely proud to say that we are more than happy to felicitate Dr. Rajesh Patil. He's a wonderful man, an award he has achieved because of his selfless service and dedication. And Wellsound Villagers Association is always with good things. The motive of Wellsound Villagers Association is dedicated to the welfare and social needs of the villagers.